The Bombers go into Saskatchewan and capture their 8th straight victory against the Riders. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for another Bomber video. This time we got the second game of the season where your Winnipeg Blue Bombers would defeat the Saskatchewan Roughriders in Saskatchewan by a score of 45-27. Overall, a good game here by the Bombers, but a few issues, but I'll bring those up as we go. So first game is like, I guess our pregame here. Like last game, Haba'n is in for Jeffcoat. He had a solid night tonight. I was pleased with him. He's being a good replay. Not as good as Jackson Jeffcoat, obviously, but he's being a good fill-in for until Jeffcoat is ready and back to go. So let's get started with the first quarter here. So first quarter, there would be a 2-and-out to start the game. The Riders would then go on the offense. There'd be a turnover on downs, though. It would be the Bomber ball. There'd be a big pass for Nick Dembski. And then later on, the Bombers keep trying to push, and there would be a offensive PI on Dembski. So Castillo would go in and hit the field goal, making this 3-0 Bombers. The Riders would march down the field, and sadly, they get themselves a touchdown first of the game. Come on, guys. Don't like being behind. I don't. Riders get themselves a touchdown. The convert is good. This game would be 7-3 Riders. Bombers push a bit, and then they would be punting. Bombers would then take a no yards penalty, and then the Bombers would force a 2-and-out on the Riders to end the first quarter. Overall, not too bad, but it's one of those things where I don't like being behind in games at all. And it's one of those things where there's a few key players on the defense I did actually quite like. I thought that Alexander had a great game. I thought that Houston was pretty decent as well. But there was a few issues, more so with our coverage that I wasn't always pleased about. But Saskatchewan was actually performing really well. They were overperforming tonight. They had a really good night. They are not that good of a team, but it's one of those things. Whenever the Riders play the Bombers, they do tend to just play a bit better. Second quarter, Bombers are really pushing Dembski hard. They keep throwing to him constantly. But then we would get ourselves a touchdown courtesy of Dalton Schoen. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, let's go.
Fuck yes. Oh, and he goes to Schoen. He actually
nice.
throws to Schoen. He literally hasn't thrown Schoen like all game. What the hell? And it's funny because the Bombers up to this point, they really had not passed to Schoen all game, but the convert would be good, making this 10-7 for the Bombers. There'd be a great return by the Riders. Riders would then take an illegal procedure penalty. And at this point, this is when I really start to notice Alexander having a good game. He had a few times where he blitzed, and I was very pleased with that. Some good times, good chances in coverage that he had. The Bombers would force a fumble, but the Riders recover. Defense doing decent here. I was pleased with that. And then Jake Thomas would follow that up with a sack. Riders would go for the 42-yard field goal. They would miss that, and then there would be a huge return by Janarian Grant. But we'll get to huge returns by Janarian Grant a little bit later, as then Neufeld would take a holding penalty, and Zach Caleros would get a rushing touchdown. Come on, boys.
Come on, get in there.
Oh, get it done, get it done, get it done.
He's running.
Oh, just run for it. There we go.
Yes.
Nice.
Woo! Let's go.
And this is Calero's first touchdown rushing.
Yeah, he does not know what the fuck to do.
Because he never gets a rushing touchdown.
No, he doesn't.
Well, touchdown nonetheless. So you don't see that very often. Zach Calero's last rushing touchdown was August 21st, 2015, but he gets it nonetheless. The convert is good, 17-7 for your Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Riders push the field and immediately respond with a touchdown. Get to him. Get to him.
The hold?
Get to him.
Well, that's unfortunate.
God damn it, guys. Come on. Riders push it back. I want to see... I hate getting points and then making it feel irrelevant right away. If we can hold them to at least a field goal there, I'm a little more pleased. I always want to be gaining. So even if we give up the field goal, get the touchdown. Even if if we stop them at 2 and out, get at least a field goal. I like that constant, consistent push up. Even if it feels close, if we're able to constantly be at least one step ahead of them, that can really create a lot more separation in the game than you'd sometimes expect. Convert would be good, though, for the Riders, making this 17-14 for the Bombers. There'd be a illegal block to the head by Stanley Bryant and a 10-yard penalty to end the second quarter. So, halftime goes through. Unlike last time, there was no fantastic magic event, or maybe there was, I just wasn't there. But let's get into the third quarter here. As Harris gets some long throws, he really starts slinging it here. Trevor Harris had a great night for the Riders, I will say that. Questionable if he was going to be playing. He goes in, and it looks like he hasn't missed a beat, and he actually looks even better than last game. And I start to kind of worry here. I'm like, coverage, wake up. Like, we're only up by 3 points here, and our coverage seemed to be losing a little bit of control of the Riders here. There would be a legal participation without a helmet penalty against Willie Jefferson. Now, this is an interesting play, because is this true? Is this a penalty? Yes, but you could also argue that the reason his helmet comes off is because the guy hits him in the head. Now, again, to be fair, his helmet comes off easy. He should have his helmet on tighter than that, which is why I think they let that go, and Willie Jefferson's going to be the only one getting a penalty out of that. The Riders would then take a too many players in the huddle penalty, a bit unusual there, but they would follow it up with a touchdown.
Come on, guys. God damn it. Like, we gotta wake up here. Like, they're not that good. They're not. We're making them look great, though.
Convert is good. 21-17 Riders. I don't like being behind. Bombers would march down the field. There would be defensive pass interference against the Riders. The ball would go on the 1, and then Drew Brown would get his first rushing touchdown of the game.
Let's go. He's got that.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go. Nice.
Drew Brown with the nice touchdown there. The convert is good. 24-21 Bombers back in the lead. Riders go 2 and out. And then the Riders go to punt here. They punt it all the way down. Janarian Grant gets it. He's running up the side. I sadly don't have recorded footage of this, as I was not expecting this. Janarian Grant sheds like 8 blocks. I can't believe he didn't get tackled there. A few stiff arms, runs down the side all the way down, and gets himself a touchdown. And then I was like, oh no, but we got a penalty. It's all for nothing. But we challenge. Nice challenge by Coach O'Shea. And not only do they rule that there was no legal block by Dembski, who's not even on the field, so they checked, 00, and maybe the ref got confused with that. But they checked the entire team. There was no illegal block by anybody. So the call was overturned, and the touchdown counts. Convert is good. 31-21 Bombers. The Riders would then go on, hit themselves a 30-yard field goal, make this 31-24 for the Bombers. And we get ourselves down to the wire now in the fourth quarter, only up by 7. I want that lead. The Bombers, last game, had a little bit of a rough fourth quarter. Do they get back to form? Oh, yes, they do. Bombers push downfield, and Riders get a defensive pass interference penalty. And then Drew Brown would get his second rushing touchdown of the game.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yup!
Oh, he's
Yup!
in. He's absolutely in.
Woo!
Oh, we got a flag.
No!
Wait a minute. Wait, we don't know who it's on yet.
Castillo goes in. The convert is not good. He kicks this one wide. This would be his first missed kick of the season. It is what it is. 37-24 Bombers. Not ideal, but that's okay, because a rouge would happen and the Bombers would get that extra point right away. A good kick by the Bombers to get that rouge. 38-24 for the Bombers. The Riders would push down and get themselves a field goal, making this 38-27. I was a little confused why they didn't go for it on third, as, to be honest, they were down by 2 scores here at this point, but they decided to get themselves the field goal. But that's okay, because the Bombers would head down, and Drew Wolotarski would get the touchdown. Come on, boys. Bang! You got it. There we go.
Yes!
There we go.
Let's go!
There we go. Wolotarski gets it. Convert is good. 45-27 Bombers. Clements would get a sack, and then the Bombers would run that ball up the field a bit, and then they would knee it out and end this game. The Bombers with their 8th straight victory against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. A good game by them. I'm generally pleased. I love the way this offense is producing. It's exactly the way I expected, sometimes even more. They have put up now, let's see, 45, 42. They have put up 87 points in 2 games. Very, very strong numbers there for the Bombers. But it's one of those things where ideally we're not giving up quite as many. I like to keep it under 20 points in terms of what we're giving up per game. Just kind of make sure that coverage is locked down. But overall, the Bombers, they're able to get the win. Fourth quarter was much better this game than it was last game. I'm glad to see that has kind of returned and got back to form, as I expected a little bit. A little bit of shakiness from Castillo on that one kick, but it is what it is. We got the Rouge afterwards, so I wasn't too disappointed. Just, get back in the consistency thing. It is what it is. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way the Bombers played today. Let me know what you guys thought of this game. And because, it's always beautiful to beat Saskatchewan. I love beating Saskatchewan. Now, for an 8th straight time, we have a 9th and 10th, possibly, if we win Labor Day and Banjo Bowl. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's not our next game. But you guys can catch me on the channel. I don't know where I was going with that. For the next game here. And you guys, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And you guys take care.